according to Cyberint, they had basically identified that apparently one of the accounts at a Lou was infected with that Luma spyware that I basically talked about at the beginning of the video, right? And of course, they were looking at the malware log, and they had found out right over here, this was the user at a Lou, according to the actual credential files that Cyberint had seen. So apparently it still wasn't enough to kind of invalidate that initial claim that it wasn't somebody at Snowflake that ended up getting hacked. Like they basically said, there was no information at the time. Apparently it seemed that it was more likely they gained access to prospect and sales related environments or production accounts. 500 demo instances were found in that malware log. Cyberint did not find a specific sensitive interface that would be expected to lead to sensitive data, such as the data trove that the threat actor at the time, White Warlock, even claimed to own. So these were again, just entirely different paths that you could go down trying to figure this out. But the point of the story is, one company that basically serves some of the biggest clients in the world was effectively, doing the right thing. It seemed like they were just running this product. Whoever were working for these companies like AT&T or Neiman Marcus or the Santander Bank groups, anybody that was affected by Snowflake had somebody in their group that since 2020, these managers, these people with IT and administrator level access, effectively started getting hit with this ransomware, or not ransomware, but these, info stealers. They had their credentials stolen, and then this group, who basically planned this out ahead of time, very, very carefully, started to just grab treasure troves of data. And now we're sitting at a situation where hundreds of thousands, millions of people's personal information has been leaked. So realistically, what can you do in a situation like this? And unfortunately, there's not much you can do. All that effectively can be done is, A, make sure your politicians hold these companies to task, okay? Realistically, if you're going to be holding so much data, you should absolutely follow every single security step imaginable. There's no reason why a fucking YouTuber should be putting more effort into their security than somebody who manages a company like AT&T. That is absurd. But right now, all you can do is make sure your passwords are safe, use a password manager, and most importantly, call your credit monitoring firms. Stuff like this makes identity theft so much more possible that you can't even imagine. And all you can do right now is effectively make sure you're safe from people using your identity in an incredibly nefarious way. Honestly, I think this shit kind of proves that the fragility of your data is so laughable at this point, right? You can do everything you can to protect yourself, but it takes one dipshit somewhere to launch one shitty application or download one shitty attachment and basically put millions of people's personal information at complete severe risk. I think it's insane we live in a world. And honestly, this whole situation is a wake-up call to everyone out there working in these industries to take this shit more seriously. But if you like what you saw, if you learned something, let me know in the comment section below. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.
Yeah, we can probably talk about the Ava stuff now. It's been 10 minutes, so I'll probably get asked 4,500 more times over the next hour or so, but hopefully now there'll be a timestamp here that people will refuse to rewind to and still inundate me with questions asking the same fucking thing over and over again and saying I'm ignoring it. Yeah, so I went through a lot of the Ava stuff.